Thank you, Andy. And thank you for allowing me to share my story about how the Carriage House changed and ultimately saved my life. Before coming to the Carriage House, I questioned my self-worth and value to society, struggling to have self-esteem with 5 attempts to end my life. All this while trying to prove my worth to those that questioned it, especially my immediate biological family. I was diagnosed with major depression, anxiety, bipolar, multi-personality, and post-traumatic stress. Before the diagnosis, I was a very happy-go-lucky type A personality. But there were issues at work and with my biological family that played a role that led to my mental illness. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, they did play a role that led to my mental illness. That family. They would abuse, use, lie, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, rape me twice. I told them that I wanted to jump off a bridge following one New Year's Day. Sadly, I never got the help that I needed. I moved out in May of 2010, but they continued to stalk, threaten, and spread rumors. My only escape from the abuse was the outside world, but problems would start when I worked at Walgreens. There were in writing my story to you, there are 2 constant overtones. First was my job journey. When I lost my job at Walgreens, I thought it was because of poor management. But after I lost my job at Pizza King and Subway, I began to realize that I showed the signs of mental illness with constant breakdowns, uncontrollable crying, lashing out, and suicide attempts. It was at that point my adopted mom decided to get me help. The other constant thing that was going on, I had no place to call home or where I stayed for more than a year. Prior to my father's death, I started moving so many times that it was unstable. By October 2012, I hit rock bottom. No home, no job, and living at the rescue mission. Daily, I would go to the library to try to find a job or listen to Colts games on Sundays. 2 days a week, I would head to Park Center for group therapy. One person noted what was going on and decided to invite me to the Carriage House for my first visit. And I fell in love with the place, which marked the point of where my life started to turn around. Park Center found me a nice small apartment after getting a job, and I completed group therapy in August 2013. One of the things I've done for the Carriage House is produce in-house shows for the house, help around the house with lunches, answering phones, conducting tours, or run PowerPoint presentations during the lunch hour. I use the bank to deposit money and do laundry. Plus, I joined Speakers Bureau to convey my story to those that want to hear it. With what the Carriage House does, it helps people with a mental illness and help them regain self-confidence. The Carriage House helps its members in numerous areas, from moving to a new home, assisting getting benefits and help, achieving educational dreams, and the very most important, as stated by our fearless director and the gentleman that introduced me tonight, Andy Wilson, and that is getting people back to work. One of the great people in the Clubhouse movement, Ralph Bilby, said the following: the number one dream of people with a mental illness, in the terms of breaking free from the bonds of your illness, the poverty associated with it, the embarrassment, and the stigma of it, is to be able to go to work. This quote fits me to a T, and this is where my life got better. Between January 2014 and now, I worked a transitional employment job at the UU Church as a janitor. Then I took a job at the Fort Wayne Country Club as a busser. I stayed there until this past April, when I moved on to my current employer, Tucano's Brazilian Grill, located at Jefferson Point, as a busser. As I gained my self-confidence back, thanks to transitional employment, I decided that I wanted to play a bigger role in this community. So I joined the Bob Lyman Toastmasters Club to improve on my speaking and leadership skills. Today, I am the Vice President of Public Relations for that club. While working While working and gaining communication, public speaking, and leadership experience, one more thing that I thought I lost came back. Love. It was at the Carriage House that I met Samantha Wheeler, now Samantha Westrick. We started dating after being friends, then got engaged 6 months later in Louisville. We got married in May of 2015. The Carriage House helped us move first into our own apartment, then into public housing. We also adopted a little pet chihuahua who is an ankle biter named Georgie Boy in April 2016. We are very happy this day. All that I told you could not have been done without the help of the staff and my friends at the Carriage House. Now with their help, plus Samantha's and her family, along with my family, my friends, counseling from Park Center, and God, I am beating this mental illness one day at a time. Although I have flashbacks of my past, my main objective is crystal clear: to have my friends, including my fellow Elmhurst Trojans, my family, and those in the Fort Wayne community see for who I am tonight. So to everyone from the Carriage House that is here tonight, and to those that helped me, including the exquisite Mrs. Samantha Westrick, from the bottom of my heart, I say thank you. Every single individual had a part or hand in the process of getting me to where I am tonight, which is no small feat. Although no one person can follow my blueprint, others have their own blueprint for conquering their mental illness. But all blueprints share one common theme. Someone heard their cry for help, got it for them. Then someone told them about the Carriage House or a clubhouse, and through their own hard work are living better lives and dealing with mental illness. So I ask all of you tonight in this room and in the sound of my voice, if someone cries for help, get them that help. Because someday, that person will stand before their friends and this community like I am tonight. And that person will tell their story. Thank you.